An election party sponsored by India's ruling BJP in Uttar Pradesh. They're dancing like it's 2019. Except it's not. It's 2 days ago, while India was clocking up half the planet's COVID infections. It's hard to believe that this is a nation gasping for oxygen and burning its dead in the streets. It makes this wooing of voters a macabre dance of death. Voting in Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state, took most of April. Here they were thronging the polling stations just a week ago. The elections had already been postponed once before. So why hold them just as COVID was reaching a deadly crescendo? The government cites a commitment to democracy. But here that commitment can be counted in corpses. Jai Singh Yadav is the man on the stretcher. A school employee, he died of COVID this week. His family believe that he got infected while working in a polling station.
I want justice for my father. He would have been here if they hadn't held these elections. We put in repeated requests for him to be excused. He was feeling weak and exposing him was dangerous, but they ignored us. And in the end, he had no option. The government doesn't care if we live or die. They're responsible for his death.
Jai Singh was not alone. Here is a roll call of teachers who staffed the election and died of COVID. Overall, at least 700 teachers have lost their lives in this one state poll. The schools became polling stations, or as the union alleges, overcrowded death traps, in which the teachers, who are public service employees, had no choice but to work on election days. Teachers like Sushil Kumar, father of 3, son of a headmaster, Sushil's daughter Sushmita is angry.
They got this so wrong. Last year, they cancelled elections because of lockdown. But this year, they are on when things are out of control. The government has shown no responsibility. All they wanted was elections. And it isn't just my father. There are countless families of teachers who have died.
She and her 2 siblings plough on with their homework. But they've also joined India's swelling ranks of COVID orphans. The same day their father died, Vimlesh, their mother, a nurse, fell ill from COVID. She died in the same hospital, killed by a lack of oxygen. What's terrifying is the speed from symptoms to death in both cases. Just a couple of days.
Mum seemed a little weak, so we took her to the hospital just to be safe. But her oxygen levels suddenly dropped. We didn't even have time to tell her about Dad. She couldn't get any oxygen, and she just died in the hospital while we were trying to get her a bed.
The ruling BJP is not the only party that held festivities and rallies, and they say there's no clarity yet if teachers caught COVID while on election duty. But it is the party in charge. It could have forced the Electoral Commission to call off the polls in the interests of public health. In the end, it looks as if it chose votes over lives.